Imagine this, darling. You're standing at the Sephora checkout and that new Charlotte Tilbury lipstick is calling your name. $38. You hesitate for half a second. Then you see that little button that says pay in 4 installments of $950. Suddenly, $38 doesn't feel like $38 anymore. It feels like nothing. So you click it, and just like that, you're walking out with a perfect nude shade, feeling like you just won at life. But here's what I need you to understand. That lipstick just became the most expensive thing in your makeup bag. And I'm not talking about the price tag. Let me show you exactly what I mean, because what I'm about to reveal will completely change how you think about those tiny purchases, and more importantly, what they're actually costing your future self. You know the feeling when you're scrolling through your phone at 11 p.m. and suddenly you've added 3 things to your cart that you didn't even know existed 10 minutes ago? A new serum, a new serum, a new serum, a trendy hair tool, another pair of leggings because the algorithm knows you too well. And there it is again, that magical little option, buy now, pay later. 4 easy payments, 6 weeks, interest-free. Split it up, make it manageable. It feels responsible, doesn't it? Like you're being smart about your money. You're not dropping $150 all at once, you're being strategic, spreading it out. That's practically budgeting. Except here's what most women don't realize. Buy now, pay later isn't making expensive things affordable. It's making you forget they were expensive in the first place. And that, darling, is costing you something far more valuable than the price of a lipstick. Let me paint you a picture of what's really happening here. That $38 lipstick, when you break it into 4 payments of $9.50, your brain stops processing it as a $38 purchase. Psychologically, you've just made it disappear. $9.50 feels like coffee money. It feels like parking. It feels like nothing. So you buy the lipstick, and then next week you're back online and there's a cute top for $60. But it's only $15 in 4 payments. Done. The week after that, a new skincare product, $45, but really just $11.25 4 times. Easy. Do you see what's happening? You've just spent $143 in 3 weeks, but because you never felt the weight of any single purchase, it didn't register as real spending. Your brain categorized it as small purchases, background noise in your budget. Meanwhile, you've got 12 different payment installments coming out of your account over the next month and a half, and you're not entirely sure what they're all for anymore. This is the hidden cost I'm talking about. Not interest. Most buy now, pay later services don't charge interest if you pay on time. The cost is psychological. The cost is awareness. The cost is the complete disconnection between what you're spending and what you're actually spending. And here's where it gets really expensive. Every dollar you're spending this way is a dollar that's not working for you. Let me show you what I mean with something you already understand. Intimately, your lipstick collection. Think about how many lipsticks you own right now. Go ahead, actually think about it. Oh wait, if you're like most women, you've got at least 10, maybe 15 maybe. And I'm not judging, cause same, maybe 30. And here's the thing, you probably wear 3 of them regularly. 3 of them. The rest are sitting in a drawer, dried out, forgotten, or just not quite the right shade for your everyday life. But you bought every single one of them, because in that moment it felt small. Manageable, just 1 more lipstick, just $25, just $38, just 4 easy payments. Now imagine if, instead of buying 1 lipstick every month for a year, let's say you averaged $30 per lipstick, you took that same $30 and put it into something that actually grew in value instead of drying out in a drawer. $30 a month is $360 a year. That's 12 lipsticks, most of which you'll never finish. But here's what that same $360 could become if you invested it instead of spending it. Let me be absolutely honest with you about something. I'm not here to tell you to stop buying lipstick. I'm not about to suggest you live some joyless deprivation life where you never treat yourself. That's not realistic, and it's not sustainable. What I am here to tell you is this. You need to understand the real cost of unconscious spending. Because buy now, pay later has made spending so frictionless, so painless, so invisible that most women have no idea how much they're actually spending on things that don't matter. And the cost isn't just the money leaving your account. The cost is what that money could have become. Let me show you exactly what I mean with some very simple math. Let's say you're spending $30 a month on small purchases through buy now, pay later. Could be makeup, could be clothes, could be home decor, supplements, books, accessories. It doesn't matter. The point is, it's $30 a month that feels like nothing because you've broken it up into tiny installments. $30 a month is $360 a year. Now let's say instead of spending that $360 on things that lose value, the second you buy them, you invested it. Just took that same $30 every month and put it into a simple index fund that averages a 10% annual return, which by the way is the historical average of the S&P 500. After 1 year you'd have $360 plus a little bit of growth. Not life-changing, yet I know, but here's where things get interesting. Darling, after 10 years, that $30 a month, which you barely notice because it's less than most people spend on coffee, has grown to $6,100. After 20 years, $22,800. After 30 years, $67,600. Think about that number. $67,600 from $30 a month. From the cost of one lipstick you probably won't finish. That's not luck. That's not magic. That's compound interest, and it's the single most powerful wealth building tool you have access to. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, okay, but $30 a month isn't going to change my life. I need that lipstick. I need those little purchases, they make me happy. And I hear you. I really do. But let me ask you this. Does the lipstick you bought 6 months ago still make you happy? Do you even remember what you bought 6 months ago on buy now, pay later? Because here's the truth. The happiness you get from those small purchases is fleeting. It lasts maybe a day, maybe a week if it's really good. But then it fades into the background of your life, and you're on to the next thing, chasing that same little hit of dopamine. Meanwhile, the money you spent is gone. And not just gone, it's gone forever. It's not coming back. It's not growing, it's not working for you. But if you had invested it, that money would be working for you every single day. Growing, compounding, building something real. Let me break this down even further because I want you to really understand what's happening here. When you buy a lipstick for $38 using buy now, pay later, here's what you're actually doing. You're trading $38 of your future wealth for a temporary feeling of satisfaction. That $38, if invested at a 10% annual return, would be worth $67 in 10 years, $180 in 20 years, $485 in 30 years, one lipstick, $485 in future wealth. Now multiply that by every small purchase you make, every just $10 here, every only $25 there. Every time you click that buy now, pay later button because it doesn't feel like real money. This is what I mean by the hidden cost. You're not just spending $38, you're spending $485 of your future wealth. You're spending your financial freedom. You're spending the version of yourself who doesn't have to worry about money anymore. And the worst part, you're doing it without even realizing it. Here's what makes buy now, pay later so dangerous. It's designed to make you forget you're spending money. Think about it. When you hand over $38 in cash, you feel it. You see the bills leave your hands. Your brain registers it as a loss. Same thing when you swipe your card and see the full amount on the screen. There is a moment of pause, a moment of, is this worth it? But when you break the $38 into 4 payments of $9.50, that moment of pause disappeared. Your brain doesn't register $9.50 as significant. It's background noise. It's nothing. So you spend without thinking. You accumulate without noticing. And before you know it, you've got 15 different installment plans running simultaneously. And you're wondering why your bank account always feels empty even though you didn't spend that much. This is the lipstick effect. Small purchases that feel insignificant in the moment, but add up to something massive over time. And the companies offering buy now, pay later know this. They're counting on it. They've done the research. They know that when you remove the psychological friction of spending, people spend 20 to 30% more than they would have otherwise. You're not being strategic, you're being marketed to, and it's working. Now, let me show you what happens when you flip the script. Let's say you decide, starting today, that you're going to be conscious about your small purchases. Not eliminate them, just be conscious. You're going to ask yourself before you click the buy now, pay later button, do I actually need this or do I just want it because it's easy? And let's say that simple question helps you avoid just 2 unnecessary purchases a month. 2. That's it. Maybe it's a lipstick you don't really need because you already have a similar shade. Maybe it's a top. That's cute, but not quite right. Maybe it's a gadget that looked cool in the ad, but you won't actually use. 2 purchases a month, $30 each. That's $60 a month. You're not spending. Instead, you take that $60 and you invest it. Same 10% average annual return. After 10 years, you'd have $12,200. After 20 years, $45,600. After 30 years, $135,000. $135,000 from avoiding 2 impulse purchases a month, from asking yourself one simple question before you click buy. Do you see what I'm showing you here? This isn't about decoration. This isn't about never treating yourself. This is about awareness. This is about understanding that every small decision you make with your money is either building your future or stealing from it. Let me tell you what this looks like in real life, because I know numbers on a screen can feel abstract. Imagine it's 20 years from now, you're in your 50s, you've been working for decades, and you're tired. Not just physically tired, soul tired. The kind of tired that comes from trading your time for money for so long that you've forgotten what it feels like to have time that's actually yours. You want to retire early, or at least cut back to part-time, or take a year off to travel, or finally start that business you've been dreaming about. You want to retire early, or at least cut back to part-time, or take a year off to travel, or finally start that business you've been dreaming about. But you can't because you don't have the money. You've got some savings, sure, maybe a 401k. That's okay, but not great. But it's not enough to give you options. It's not enough to give you freedom, and you look back at your 30s and 40s, and you realize you spent tens of thousands of dollars on things you don't even remember buying. Lipsticks that dried out, clothes that went out of style, gadgets that broke, trends that faded. You traded your future freedom for temporary satisfaction. And now you're stuck. That's the hidden cost. That's what I'm trying to show you. Now imagine the other version. Same scenario, you're in your 50s, you've been working for decades, and you're tired. But this time, when you look at your investment account, you see $135,000, maybe more. Because you didn't just avoid impulse purchases, you actually started investing intentionally. And suddenly you have options. You can retire early if you want. You can cut back to part-time. You can take the year off. You can start that business. Because 20 years ago, you made a different choice. You chose awareness over impulse. You chose future freedom over temporary satisfaction. You didn't deprive yourself. You still bought lipstick. You still treated yourself. But you did it consciously. You did it intentionally. And you made sure that for every dollar you spent on yourself today, you were also spending $1 on your future self. That's the difference. That's what I need you to understand. Here's what I want you to do, starting right now. First, I want you to look at your bank account and add up every buy now, pay later payment you have scheduled for the next month. Every single one. Write down the total. That number, that's your lipstick number. That's how much you're spending on things that feel like nothing but add up to something. Second, I want you to ask yourself, if I had to pay for all of these things in full right now, today, would I still buy them? Third, I want you to set up an automatic investment account. It doesn't have to be a lot. Start with $25 a week. That's one lipstick a month. That's 3 latte. That's less than you're probably spending on buy now, pay later installments right now. Set it up to automatically transfer every week into a simple index fund. Make it invisible. Make it automatic. Make it so you don't have to think about it. Because here's the secret, the same psychological trick that makes buy now, pay later so dangerous, the invisibility, the automation, the set it and forget it ease works just as well for building wealth. When you automate your investments, you stop thinking about them. You stop questioning them. They just happen. And before you know it, you've built something real without ever feeling the sacrifice. Let me be absolutely clear about something. I'm not anti-spending. I'm not here to tell you that every dollar you spend on yourself is a waste. I love a good lipstick as much as the next woman. I understand the joy of treating yourself. I get it. What I am against is unconscious spending, invisible spending, spending that happens so easily, so frictionlessly that you don't even realize you're doing it. Because that kind of spending doesn't bring you joy. It brings you debt, it brings you stress, it brings you a closet full of things you don't use and a bank account that never seems to grow. It steals your future. Every dollar you spend unconsciously today is a dollar that's not working for you tomorrow. It's a dollar that's not compounded. It's a dollar that's not building the life you actually want. Think of it like this. Your money is like your closet. If you buy every trendy piece that catches your eye without thinking about whether it actually fits your style or your life, you end up with a closet full of clothes and nothing to wear. It's chaos. It's overwhelming. And you're constantly buying more because nothing you have feels right. But if you're intentional, if you build a capsule wardrobe of pieces you actually love and actually wear, you end up with less stuff but more style, more clarity, more confidence. Your finances work the same way. If you spend on every small thing that catches your eye without thinking about whether it actually adds value to your life, you end up with a bank account full of transactions and no wealth. It's chaos, it's stressful, and you're constantly feeling broke even though you're making decent money. But if you're intentional, if you build a financial strategy around things that actually matter and actually grow, you end up with less stuff but more freedom, more options, more security. That's what I'm offering you here. Not deprivation, not joylessness. Intention? Here's the truth that no one wants to tell you. You can build wealth and spend unconsciously at the same time. It's not possible. Wealth isn't built by making a lot of money. Plenty of people make 6 figures and still live paycheck to paycheck. Wealth is built by being intentional with the money you have, by making sure that every dollar is either serving your present self or your future self, not just disappearing into the void of unconscious spending. And buy now, pay later is the enemy of intention. It's designed to make you spend without thinking. It's designed to remove the friction, the pause, the moment of awe. So if you want to build wealth, real, lasting, life-changing wealth, you have to bring that friction back. You have to create that pause. You have to ask yourself, every single time, is this worth it? Or am I just spending because it's easy? Let me show you one more thing, because I want you to really feel the weight of this. The average American woman spends about $3,000 a year on clothing and accessories. That's $250 a month. And a huge percentage of that is now being spent through buy now, pay later services. $250 a month, invested at a 10% annual return, become $51,000 in 10 years, $189,000 in 20 years, $542,000 in 30 years. $500,000 from the money most women are spending on clothes and accessories, without even thinking about it. Now, I'm not saying you should never buy clothes. I'm not saying you should invest every single dollar and live like a monk. What I'm saying is this: If you spend $125 a month on clothes, still a generous budget, and invested the other $125, you'd still have a great wardrobe and you'd have $271,000 in 30 years. You don't have to choose between enjoying your life now and building wealth for later. You just have to be intentional about the balance. Here's what most women don't realize: the reason you feel like you can never get ahead financially isn't because you don't make enough money. It's because you're spending money. You don't realize you're spending money. You don't realize you're spending. It's the $10 here, the $25 there, the $40 that's only for payments. It's the invisible spending that adds up to thousands of dollars a year without ever registering as significant. And the companies offering buy now, pay later are making billions of dollars off of it. They're not offering you a service out of the goodness of their hearts. They're offering it because they know it makes you spend more. They know it removes the psychological barrier that would normally make you think twice. You're not the customer, you're the product, and your unconscious spending is what they're selling. So here's my challenge to you, darling. For the next 30 days, I want you to do something radical. I want you to feel you're spending. Every time you're about to make a purchase, especially a small one, especially one with a buy now, pay later option, I want you to pause just for a moment. Ask yourself, if I had to pay for this in full right now, would I still buy it? If the answer is yes, great, buy it, enjoy it, no guilt. But if the answer is no, if you're only buying it because the payment plan makes it feel affordable, then don't buy it. Instead, take the amount you would have spent and transfer it to your investment account. Right then, in that moment, do this for 30 days and see what happens. I promise you, you'll be shocked at how much you are spending without realizing it. And you'll be even more shocked at how little you actually miss those purchases. Because here's the secret that the fashion industry, the beauty industry, the entire consumer economy doesn't want you to know. Most of the things you buy don't actually make you happier. They give you a little hit of dopamine in the moment, a little rush of I got something new. You know what doesn't fade? The feeling of watching your investment account grow, the feeling of knowing you're building something real, the feeling of having options, having security, having freedom. That feeling compounds, just like your money. Let me paint you one final picture. It's 30 years from now, you're sitting on your porch or your balcony or your beach house or wherever you've always dreamed of being, and you're sipping coffee, not because you have to be anywhere, not because you're squeezing in a moment of peace before the chaos of the day, but because you have time, real time, time that's yours. You're not working anymore, or maybe you are, but only because you want to, not because you have to. You're not stressed about money. You're not wondering if you can afford to retire. You're not calculating how many more years you have to work before you can finally rest. You're free. And you got here because 30 years ago, you made a choice. You chose to be intentional. You chose to invest in your future self. You chose to ask, is this worth it? Before you spend, you didn't deprive yourself. You didn't live some joyless sacrifice life. You still bought the lipstick sometimes. You still treated yourself, but you did it consciously. You did it with awareness. And you made sure that for every dollar you spent on temporary satisfaction, you were also investing in permanent freedom. That's the choice I'm offering you today. The hidden cost of buy now, pay later isn't interest. It's not fee. It's not even the money itself. The hidden cost is your future. Every time you click that button, you're trading a piece of your future freedom for a moment of present satisfaction. And most of the time, you're not even aware you're doing it. But now you know. Now you see it. Now you understand what that lipstick is really costing you. So the question is, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to keep spending unconsciously, letting thousands of dollars slip through your fingers every year on things you don't remember and don't need? Or are you going to choose intention? Are you going to choose awareness? Are you going to choose your future self? Because that lipstick, it's not just a lipstick. It's a choice, and the choice you make today will determine the life you live.